Hello and welcome to Euro Football Daily, where today we're looking at 10 amazing players who don't get the attention they deserve. 10. Pavel Nedved. A two-footed, clever and hard-working midfielder, Pavel Nedved epitomised a time when simply being an excellent and reliable player could win you the Ballon d'Or. Nedved picked up the award in 2003, adding it to a mantelpiece already groaning under the weight of 4 league titles. Nedved started his career in his homeland and was even allowed to spend his military service playing for Dukla Prague, a club run by the Czech army. He later joined Sparta, where he was red-carded 3 times in his first 6 games. But it was in Italy where the Czech cannon became a world beater. He played alongside Simeone, Veron, Mancini and Nesta at Lazio before eventually joining Juventus, even sticking with the Bianconeri when they got relegated all the way down to Serie B. 9. Iván Zamorano. Forget Vidal and Alexis Sanchez, Chile's greatest partnership was between strikers Marcelo Salas and Iván Zamorano. Nicknamed Bam Bam, Zamorano was a powerful forward who dominated defenders with his strength and incredible leap. Coming to Europe at 21, Zamorano scored 34 in just 56 for Swiss side St. Gallen and impressed at Sevilla, attracting the attention of Real Madrid. He netted 37 goals in his first season at Real, but had to wait 3 years to win the title, hitting 28 in the league to finish as top scorer above David Suker and Bebeto. A spell at Inter Milan followed, but Zamorano's age began to show, and he left for Mexico's Club America in 2001. He scored 34 goals for Chile, a number only exceeded by Salas and recently equalled by Alexis Sanchez. However, it took Sanchez 101 games, whereas it took Zamorano just 69. 8. Gheorghe Hagi. Labelled the Maradona of the Carpathians, Romanian attacking midfielder Gheorghe Hagi won over 120 caps for his country and made over 660 appearances at club level for the likes of Madrid, Brescia, Barcelona and most notably Galatasaray. Although predominantly a left footer, Hagi had a great right foot which aided not only his creative prowess but also his goal scoring ability, as he averaged a goal every other game behind the striker. Gheorghe was also part of Galatasaray's most successful side, helping them win their first ever European trophy as the Lions beat Arsenal in the UEFA Cup final all the way back in 2000, even though Hagi was sent off for punching Tony Adams. His son Yanis is currently playing for Fiorentina, and if he's anywhere near as good as his dad, Romania will have a new star in the making. 7. Gianfranco Zola. The little Italian may not have had the best managerial career, but Gianfranco was an absolute magician on the pitch. All 5'6" of Zola had the utmost dedication to the game, spending hours practicing free kicks with Diego Maradona after Napoli training. When Maradona left the Neapolitan club, he stated that Napoli doesn't need to look for anyone to replace me, as the team already has Zola. That's high praise from such a talismanic figure, as the little Italian managed 12 goals and the most assists in the league the season after Diego left. Zola's most famous stint, however, was when he joined Chelsea, where he became an icon at Stamford Bridge, winning 2 FA Cups and a UEFA Cup Winners' Cup, while showing flashes of genius such as his backheel goal against Norwich in 2002, leading Ranieri to label him a wizard. Number 6. Stoichkov. Bulgarian Ballon d'Or winner Stoichkov had 2 stints with Barcelona in the mid-1990s and won the Champions League and 5 league titles with Blaugrana, appearing more than 250 times and bagging a century of goals. His achievements on the international stage were truly astonishing as well, as he led Bulgaria to a surprise World Cup semi-final in 1994, where they unfortunately went out to Italy. Stoichkov scored 6 goals at the tournament, netting in 5 out of the 7 games and winning the Golden Shoe. A fiery competitor though, Stoichkov was known for arguing with referees and was even sued by an opponent after breaking his leg. 5. Pep Guardiola. It's a name everyone knows, but these days Guardiola is more associated with management than his incredible ability as a midfielder. A Catalan native, Guardiola joined Barcelona at just 13 and played on the right until manager Johan Cruyff watched the youth team one day. Impressed, Cruyff suggested Pep be moved into the pivot position, and the youngster immediately adapted, later making the role his own in Cruyff's dream team and amassing 6 league titles as well as the European Cup. Much like Cruyff, Pep played a part in developing the future of the game when he promoted Sergio Busquets to Barca B and eventually the first team. Young Busquets then went on to become one of the greatest defensive midfielders of the modern era, and that's a testament to his mentor Pep Guardiola. 4. Michael Laudrup. An elegant attacking midfielder, Michael Laudrup joined Barcelona in 1989 after winning the championship with Juventus. Alongside Guardiola, Stoichkov and Koeman, Laudrup ruled Europe. But when Barca signed a fourth foreign player in Romario, they had to sell someone, and unfortunately Laudrup left. The Dane then joined Real Madrid and revived the club, becoming the first player to win La Liga 5 times in a row, playing for 2 different teams. And his individual value shone through in El Clasico as well. The previous year, Laudrup had starred as Barca smash Real 5-0. A season on, the score was reversed, and again, Laudrup was the key man. He bowed out of the game with the double at Ajax, and his genius was recognised by his peers, as Raul labelled him the best player he'd ever played with, and Iniesta called him the best in history. 3. George Weah. Liberia's greatest ever player, George Weah was so respected at Monaco that Thierry Henry and the club's other youngsters called him Mr. George. A perfect blend of pace, strength and intelligence, Weah's tendency to drop deep and run at defenders provided the blueprint for versatile modern forwards like Romario and Ronaldo. Weah was brought to Europe by Arsene Wenger and won league titles with PSG and Milan. In 1995, he became the first and so far only African player to win the Ballon d'Or, but he was unable to drag Liberia to the World Cup. After retirement, Weah returned to West Africa, undertaking humanitarian work and unsuccessfully running for presidency of Liberia in 2005. In 2014, though, he was elected to the country's Senate. 2. Pierluigi Collina. To many of us, nothing said big game like Pierluigi Collina's shiny bald head. The greatest referee of all time, the Italian officiated the '99 Champions League final and the 2002 World Cup final, prompting Oliver Kahn to call him bad luck charm as the German stopper lost both games. Collina also took charge of England's 5-1 victory over Germany, so Kahn might have had a point. But on the pitch, the ref exuded an air of total authority and was widely considered to be wise and fair. In fact, around the time of the 2006 Calciopoli match-fixing scandal, Juventus executive Luciano Moggi was recorded describing Collina as too objective. Now retired, Collina's absence is a huge loss for the game, and he deserves a little bending of the rules to make our top 10. 1. Roberto Baggio. The divine ponytail himself, Italy's Roberto Baggio was one of the most supremely talented players in the world during the 1990s. Unfortunately though, he missed the decisive penalty in the 1994 World Cup final, and that catastrophe has come to define an otherwise magnificent career. Baggio won Serie A with both Milan and Juventus, as well as the Ballon d'Or in 1993, and was named Italy's Player of the Century in 2000. He scored 291 goals in the course of more than 600 professional matches and remains Italy's 4th highest scorer of all time, level with Alessandro Del Piero and above Inzaghi and Totti. Baggio's touch and vision were almost unparalleled, and he is still revered in Italy for his feats with the Azzurri, an all-time great and our #1 forgotten superstar. So that was our 10 forgotten superstars, but who should have made the list? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, why don't you check out our top 10 most violent football fans playing on screen just there. And as always guys, please do like and subscribe.